This training video is going to be over the settings in the ShoreTel Connect client. In order to get to the settings menu, I can either click on my name and then click on settings right here, which will open up my settings menu. Or alternatively, at the top left, I can click on the ShoreTel name and I can select settings right here. I'm going to go over some of the basic settings that most people will have to deal with. First of all, there is your server name of the system. So if we ever call, or you call for support, or to log into something and we ask for your server name, it's right here. We ask that for most people because it changes depending on the customer. Access. Access is where I can change who can change my personal state, my call handling mode, whether I'm available in a meeting, out of office, so on and so forth. Let's say I have an assistant that I want to be able to make those changes for me. Well, I can type the assistant there. Say I want Lily Lira to make those changes for me. There I go. So now Lily Lira has the ability to change my call state. AD credentials. This is the credentials will be used to authenticate against Exchange and help you create new events. We're not going to worry about that. Call routing. Call routing is a wizard that they create in order to help you route how calls are handled when in your different modes or states. You'll notice at the top it says available. I can click that and I can make a different call handling for each state. So let's see how that works. Let's say I want to do out of office. I can select that and then I can hit the start wizard and it'll route me through that. We have a separate video on actually how to create the different call handling modes and all the different options in there, so I'm not going to cover that in this overview of the settings. Power routing. This is a particular power routing that certain users have where they can actually route based on caller ID and things like that. Again, not going to cover it in a basic settings overview. Voicemail. Voicemail is the different options for your voicemail. We have playback. That's where you can set to play envelope information listening to messages. Setup. This is where I set my voicemail password. I can change it here. And this is also where I record my name. Recording the name is the most important part of your voicemail box because the name that you record is what people hear when they call in your voicemail box, and they would hear you have reached a ShoreTel voicemail box of, and they would say your name, David Dollar, and then it would play the message. Otherwise, it's very impersonal. Also, if you have a dial by name directory and someone dials for your name, the playback they hear is going to be your recording. So this is very important to record. In order to record it, I just hit the record button, and it's going to pick up on the call, but we're not going to do it now. Just start recording. As you can see, I'm in a weird mode here for training purposes. Outlook. Outlook integration is completely separate from voicemail to email, and be sure to understand that. Outlook integration is an actual widget, a plugin that goes into your Outlook inbox. It's a plugin you can click play and listen to in your Outlook inbox. It only works on your computer that is running both the client and Outlook. I always disable this because I like to turn on voicemail to email. Voicemail to email actually emails you a WAV file. I prefer that myself. But this is where you can actually enable a widget that opens in your Outlook. IM, set your IM notifications because that's an advanced feature. I'm not going to go too much into that. Video, the same thing. If you have video licenses, you can video chat across the network, but we're not going to get into that as well. Outlook. This is the actual Outlook integration. This is where I can check or uncheck whether I want the ShoreTel Connect client to sync with my Exchange calendar to automatically put me in a meeting, out of office, do not disturb, any of those modes when an event hits on my Outlook calendar. I can also use my Outlook work hours to switch my ShoreTel Connect ability to out of office. That's, again, a check or uncheck. Contacts. This is where I select whether I want the Connect client to upload my Outlook contacts. Now notice I can actually choose the folders that it looks through. Of course, this is a training computer, so I don't have an Outlook client connected to this computer. But if I hit where it says hide contact folders, if I open this up, I'll see all the different contact folders from my Outlook, and I can select which ones I want to upload contacts from. I'm going to decheck that for this particular computer. Notifications. Notifications. We're going to start with voicemail. This is where you enable voicemail to email, true voicemail to email, not a plugin. I would select send email notification about incoming emails to make sure my email address is correct. And I want to choose attach voicemail as a WAV file. If you do this and it does not work, then you need to call us and we will help you troubleshoot that issue. If you call us and have not done this, this is the first step we will check and make sure that you have done this. And then we can also choose to mark the voicemail as heard as long as it is sent out to an email address so that you don't come in with a bunch of missed voicemails because you've been getting them on your smartphone or home computer because you're checking there. Sounds. This is where I can choose the different sounds that voicemails leave. An alert if someone leaves a voicemail, that type of thing. And then go on. Pop-up. This is where I can set the incoming call pop-up that comes at the bottom of my screen when a call comes in, how long I want it to stay on my screen. IM pop-ups and voicemail pop-ups. Desk phone. This is where I can change the wallpaper on my desk phone if I have a colored phone, which is the 485G. If I do not have a 485G, then I cannot do anything with this. Ringtone. This is where I can set my different ringtones that are in the system. We can even add ringtones to the server for customized ringtones, but that's time-consuming, and that would be outside of the original scope of work of your installation. Soft phone. This is again if you have soft phone enabled here to use this client as your phone with a headset to your computer. So I'm not going to cover that. Telephony. I can set the maximum number of concurrent calls. It tells me the dial out prefix is 9. This is where I can suppress the call waiting tone when I'm on a call so I don't hear a beep. I can suppress the dial tone when I'm off hook in headset mode or on an analog phone, or close contact card off after call ends. Some basic settings there. Work groups, we're not going to deal with that. And language is where I choose the language. So those are the standard settings. Again, did not go into some of the detailed call routing. That's in a different video labeled states and call routing. Thank you very much.